Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the final night of the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event with us. We have some fantastic schools here this evening. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your facilitator for this evening's event. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items for everyone. Students, families, attendees, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you, but you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening this evening, so please be sure to check out the schedule on the website for our final rounds after this. And then this presentation is being recorded and will be available at a later date at strivescan.com/Minnesota. I would now like to turn it over to our first presenter, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
All right, thanks, Stephanie. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sharing my screen here now. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate the time that you're taking out of busy schedules to hang out with us for a little bit. My name is Will Schulenberg. I am an admissions representative at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. We are a Big Ten university located in the capital of Nebraska, which is Lincoln. We are one of the smaller schools in the Big Ten Conference, and I'll talk a little bit about, a little bit more about our enrollment size, some of the benefits of going to Nebraska, focusing on three main pillars of our academics, our community, and then our affordability. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, I'll show you a little bit more of why there's no place like Nebraska. So from big picture standpoint, we have 25,000 students on our campus. 20,000 of those students are undergraduates. And so that makes us the second smallest in the Big Ten. We are the first smallest public university in the Big Ten. All the while, Lincoln is a city of about 300,000 people, which is about the same size as St. Paul, roughly. And so you really do get a good benefit of a large university feel, but in a larger Midwestern city. But it's also one where when you're walking across campus, you are going to run into people you know, you are going to see familiar faces. It really strikes a great balance of big and small, while having all the resources of a Big Ten university. So this is a picture of our campus. It really only takes about 15 minutes to walk across. So it's going to feel a little bit different than some of the larger schools that we have in the Big Ten Conference. It's going to feel much more like a college campus. It is right next to downtown Lincoln, but it is not integrated with downtown Lincoln. So there's going to be green spaces, brick buildings. It's going to feel like a college campus. But there is going to be a section of downtown right next to campus where there's restaurants, concert venues, our sporting venues as well. So you really, again, strike a good balance between those two parts of life in college. First and foremost, our mission at the University of Nebraska is to provide a premier academic experience to all of our students. We do have several programs that are ranked in the top 50 in the United States. Included in those are our College of Business and also our College of Engineering. Our College of Business and Engineering are both programs that are example of a direct admit program, which means that if you apply and you are accepted into the University of Nebraska, you will be directly admitted into those programs from the first day you arrive on campus. So again, this is a really great benefit just because this means that if you want to start studying business from the first day you get on campus, you are going to have the opportunity to take those classes right away to know if it is going to be a good fit for you or not. On top of that, there are 9 academic colleges and 150 majors to choose from, so there's no shortage of opportunities for you here on campus. So if you want to mix and match a little bit, if you want to study within the College of Business and then have a minor in Spanish in our College of Arts and Sciences, that is definitely something that many students do. So just know that that is also an opportunity for you here at Nebraska. This is a picture of our College of Business up on the screen here. This was a brand new building a couple of years back. We are also building a brand new College of Engineering that will be complete in the fall of 2022. So coming up here very soon it's a project that we're very excited about. So if that's something that's interesting to you, or if that's major path that you're thinking about going down, definitely check out Nebraska, come down to us for a visit and see what that new facility is going to look like. I've brought up research a couple times. Going to a Big Ten university definitely provides you with the infrastructure to have lots of research opportunities with all of your faculty members, regardless of if it's political science or biology or business. You're going to be able to do research in all of those areas at Nebraska. So if that's something that you want to do, I would highly recommend it. It's a great way to kick off a career and also give you some experience if you are thinking about graduate school someday. One of our most well-known alumni, Warren Buffett, said that price is what you pay, but value is what you get. We hold true to that here at Nebraska. We do have the lowest out-of-state tuition in the Big Ten Conference, and we also have test optional scholarships available. Almost every student that applies from out of state gets some sort of scholarship or aid from us. So they're definitely very accessible scholarships. We want to make sure that we are committing to our value. So definitely, if you are curious about these scholarships, I'm going to have my contact information at the end of the presentation here. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to help answer any questions that you have about next steps and our scholarships that we have at Nebraska. All right, so after you apply, your next steps will be the enrollment deposit and the housing contract. But before that, definitely come down to us for a visit. So you can see the link on the screen here right now. Just take a picture of this, or you can quickly type it in if you would like to. But this is a great way just to come down, check out campus. We are doing visits right now. So if it's something that you're interested in seeing or seeing our campus, we highly encourage you to do that in making your college decision. Be like Herbie here and apply early. You can see the link for the application on the screen here as well. Again, feel free to take a picture of this. Applying early will automatically give you access to hear back about our scholarships that we're going to offer you. So if you self-report any test scores or your GPA in your application, we'll follow up with you automatically. I think I'm at about time here. So thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. I really appreciate it. This is my contact information on the screen here. So feel free to reach out anytime if you have any questions. I am happy to help you out as you navigate your next steps in your college process. Thanks everybody, and go Big Red.
Hello, my name is Jolene Young, and I'm an admissions representative for Mayo Clinic School of Health Sciences. So I'm going to talk a little bit about just the programs that we offer. We do operate a little bit differently than the other schools that you're going to hear from tonight. So we'll leave that for a conversation offline, but I will go through the programs that we offer here. So we were established in 1973, and we are a private accredited non-for-profit school. We have roughly around 1,800 students at any given time, and we have an alumni of over 21,000. Our first program was nurse anesthesia. And then our school consists of non-nursing and non-physician type programs. So those other healthcare careers within the medical field. And our programs roughly cover about 55 different professions. And that can be in the form of a full academic program where you start and finish with us. It could be clinical rotations or internships, as well as residencies and fellowships for NPs, PAs, PTs, OTs, as well as pharmacists. Our outcomes are typically 100% employment, with 50 to 75% of that at Mayo Clinic. And then our programs are established based on the workforce of needs of Mayo Clinic. So when an area at Mayo is not able to keep their staffing levels, then they can come to the school and work with our leadership to get a program established. So we create that pipeline for Mayo Clinic employment. And so this is a visual representation of some of our full academic programs. And this just really shows the variety of settings that students will learn and then eventually work in. And we kind of like to say that hopefully we have something for everyone here that is interested in the medical field, because if you don't really want patient contact and you kind of want to be on the backside, we have laboratory programs, or if you like being in the OR or the pharmacy, we have those types of programs. And then just the clinical setting in general, lots of different areas that you can work in. And so this is our listing of programs here. And as you can see, we have programs that sit at all the different levels. Our school only grants 3 degrees, and that's going to be at our graduate level. So a doctorate of nurse anesthesia, a doctorate of physical therapy, and then a master's of physician assistant. Otherwise, we have programs at the certificate, associate, and bachelor level. And we do affiliate with lots of schools across the US so that students can work or if they attend one of those schools first and then come to us, that school will grant the degree and then we'll give the certificate. But a couple of things I do want to point out is our pharmacy technician program, which is 20 weeks long and offered 2 times a year on all 3 of our campuses, is currently free. There is no tuition for that. And same with our phlebotomy program. That one is actually 9 weeks long. It's offered 5 times a year and is actually offered on all 3. We just got approved to have it in the Arizona or on the Arizona campus as well. So both of those programs are currently tuition free. And you are able to get into those after high school as well. Some of the other ones though, you might have to, when you get to the bachelor level, you will have to have a degree before you get to us or be at one of our affiliated schools. And then all the ones that do not have any states behind, those are going to be all located on our Minnesota campus as well. And then if you do want to get social with us, you can. We are on these platforms. We do meet the student Mondays. We have physical therapy Thursdays. And then we highlight a lot of our programs and awards and things like that as well. And so I will take my information here and I'll also put it in the chat for you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nick Thompson. I'm an academic advisor and admissions representative for Northland Community and Technical College. I actually have been an admissions representative here since 2007. So I'm a graduate of Northland Community and Technical College in '98. So I get to do some recruiting for a school that was part of my educational pathway. Northland Community and Technical College is located in Northwest Minnesota. We are unique in the fact that we have one college that has 2 main campuses. We've got a main campus in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, which has a population of about 8,800 people. And we've got a campus in East Grand Forks, which is about 50 miles west of there, that has about 8,500 people in the community. College-wide, we have almost 80 different program options in terms of programs for people to choose, from certificates to diplomas to applied science and associate of art degrees to associate of applied science degrees. Okay. Those program options can be broken down into 4 major divisions. We've got our trades programs, and those are going to be building and construction trades. We've got auto body and automotive service. We've got an aviation and maintenance program, and we've got plenty of transportation related skill sets for students to pick up that kind of training here. Our allied health programs are probably our most popular programs college-wide. Nursing is a large portion of what we do between the 2 campuses, and with an online availability, it makes up just under 1/3 of our total enrollment college-wide for students that are either looking for their nursing assistant, looking for their practical nursing degree, or their registered nursing program degree. So we have options that way. With that being said, we do have a few other allied health programs with physical therapist assistant, occupational therapist assistant, respiratory therapy, radiological technician, pharmacy technician as well. We also have surgical technician is available, and most of those allied health programs do have separate program applications, but as an open enrollment school, the admissions process is pretty simple. Okay. The next division of programs that we have to talk about are business and technology programs. And we've got 2-year programs for accounting, 2-year degrees for business, and we also have a pathway for business to transfer to a 4-year school. We've got sales, marketing, management, computer network technology, and in a unique offering, we also have the farm operations and management program that's really kind of responsible for educating our next generation's production farmers. And when I say that one's unique, it's offered in our off season for growing. So it doesn't follow the normal academic calendar. It is run from November through March. So when it's busy time for the farmers, we get them in their off season for that. So we like that availability. Okay. So what makes us a liberal arts college is the fact that we offer the 2-year general college education for individuals who are thinking a 4-year route might be what they want to do, but they're not exactly sure what they want to get that bachelor's degree in. That's the pathway that I took coming out of high school. I knew that I wanted a 4-year degree for sure, but as an 18-year-old high school graduate, I had no idea what I wanted to get that degree in. So where we were at with that is we figured, we could go to Northland. We could get our general college education done first, hopefully come up with an idea of what we wanted to do for our bachelor's degree. And when we graduated from Northland, we transferred, and then we had an opportunity to transfer and go right into our major and be successful with that. Our trades programs are pretty cut and dried in terms of structure. So students know what they're going to be taking semester by semester. And with the use of program-specific advising on campus at Northland, students really do have the opportunity to make a connection the first time through the door, whether it's through our application process and in that team making a connection with their program-specific advisors, and then they continue to work with their advisor throughout the length of their program. So not a lot of guesswork, and I think that's really what sets us apart is our ability in the customer service and environment that we provide for our students. Is we're really looking out for their best interests, and we want them to be as successful as we can help them be. So college-wide, we do have athletic programs. We are a Division III junior college. So if students are looking to continue their athletic careers past what they've done in high school and they want to keep at it athletically, for our men, we've got basketball, baseball, and wrestling. And for our women, we've got volleyball, basketball, softball. And for both men and women, which started a couple of years ago, we now have trap shooting that's available for our students here as well. Okay. You have the ability, if you visit northlandcollege.edu, to take a virtual tour of our campus. You can click the available link and you can kind of navigate your way through both campuses. Our aviation program is located on our Thief River Falls campus with an 80,000 square foot hangar full of all sorts of bells and whistles. So there's 3 different virtual tours that are available at northlandcollege.edu. So I would like to thank you for the time that we've had today, and we'd like to pass it on to Southwest.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Charlotte Wally. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Southwest Minnesota State University. I'm not going to click through a slideshow, so I apologize. There's a lot going on the screen, but I'll walk you through it. I want to start first with sort of the fast facts about SMSU. So as you may guess from the name, SMSU is located in the southwestern corner of Minnesota. We're in Marshall, which is a town of about 15,000 people. Our student body is just over 2,000 students that actually take classes on campus full time. So that means that our class sizes are very small. The average class size at SMSU is 15, and 90% of our classes have less than 30 students. That small school atmosphere is really something that's a hallmark of the SMSU education, something that our students really like. The fact that they get to be a part of the Min-State system, share resources and information with all of our sister schools in that system, but they also get the very small, close-knit academic environment that they like and thrive in. So, it's easy to get access to professors, to get help and support from student resources all across campus. And that's something that SMSU is really dedicated to. We want students who want a 4-year college degree to have access to that. We want it to be accessed at an affordable price for them. And we want to make sure that they're going to and through college in the minimum amount of time that they need to, and then being very successful when they take that next step. And so talking about all those things, I kind of want to talk about some of the things, the accolades you can see here on the screen. So The Mustang Promise is something that we started 3 years ago. And that came about because SMSU has had such a fantastic track record of helping our students get jobs upon graduation. So 99% of SMSU's graduates are employed or in their next level of schooling within 6 months of graduation. And 97% of them are in the field they studied for, which we think is fantastic. But because we want to put our money where our mouth is, any student that cannot find a job within 6 months of graduation can come back to SMSU, and we will pay for their first semester of graduate school here. While the bulk of our programs are bachelor's degrees, we have 60 different majors for those students pursuing four-year degrees. We do also have 5 master's programs. We have an MBA, we have a master's of education, a master's in sports management, and a couple of others. So we do have some of those nice, very variable master's degrees if students want to take that next step using the Mustang Promise. I talked about affordability. We're ranked 7th in the nation. And we've also been noted as one of the very few colleges that costs less than $20,000 a year, but we don't stop there. Despite the fact that our sort of sticker price is quite low, we don't charge out-of-state tuition. So there's no additional cost for any student coming to SMSU from outside of the state of Minnesota. And all students are automatically considered for scholarships when they apply based on their GPA or their ACT score, whatever's going to make them eligible for the most money. We're a test optional school, so we do not require an ACT score for admission or for scholarship eligibility. And that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg there. There are other scholarships. We're a Division II program, so we have 19 NCAA Division II athletic teams, and you can get scholarships to play on those teams. We have scholarships for band, choir, theater, speech and debate, dependent upon students' majors or where they're from. So that's one thing where SMSU tries really hard to recognize students for all of their accomplishments in high school and help them find ways to make college affordable. We were also voted this year a 2021 College of Distinction. So, you know, we're just sort of bragging about that as well as a school, primarily trying to really serve our region. Again, making sure that we're just helping our students to achieve their dreams and take those next steps on their career path. If you'd like to know more about SMSU, we would strongly encourage you to come for a visit. We are open on weekdays, weekends. We're doing several different open houses throughout the year, including one over MEA break, which is coming up. So if you're free on Thursday or Friday of that week, we'd love to have you come and visit. All students that visit get a free t-shirt. But if you aren't able to come to campus or you're not sure you're ready for that next step, we do also have a virtual campus experience you can find on our website. There's both a quick virtual campus tour that you can take advantage of, and there's also an interactive campus map where you can explore campus and see pictures of the different spaces and buildings at your own speed. I am the admissions counselor for Southwest Minnesota, but all of my colleagues are very friendly, so we would love to start a conversation with you and see whether SMSU can provide the things that you're looking for. I always tell students, you know, admissions counselors are not gatekeepers. We are just tour guides in this process. So if we can have those conversations with you, we're more than happy to do so. I think I'm going to keep it short and sweet and turn it over to somebody else.
Can you see this screen?
Looks
Yes.
good.
Great. My name is Alan Meyer. I work in the admission office at Gustavus Adolphus College, and I'm going to give you a little bit of information in a short amount of time about Gustavus. And I would say the most important thing you can learn about Gustavus is that you should apply for admission if you're interested. It is free and non-binding to apply for admission. You can do that right on our website. And when I say non-binding, that means you have until May 1st, if you're admitted at Gustavus, to say yes or no to an offer of admission. So you're not locking yourself into anything. And you should come for a visit. As all of us have been telling you, the visits are one of the most important things you can be doing to learn more about the opportunities at each individual institution. Go to our website and you can learn about how you can visit virtually or in person. And I encourage you to do that. The Gustavus website is on the screen here, and I encourage you to take a look at that and go there not only to set up a visit, but also to, if you want to, search video, and it'll offer several, probably 12 or 15 different videos you can look at to get a feel for different aspects of Gustavus. So if you search on the website video. A couple things about Gustavus to take away with you tonight. We are located in St. Peter, Minnesota, which is an hour south of Minneapolis, St. Paul. And we have about 330 acres on campus, so a nice sized campus, easily walkable, overlooking the Minnesota River Valley in St. Peter. 2,300 students are on campus. All of our students are on campus, and that's been a tradition at Gustavus for many years. 90% of our students live on campus, so it's very much a 7-day-a-week environment where you get to know students like yourself, and all of our first and second year students, in fact, are required to live on campus. So that's something pretty distinctive about Gustavus. We're consistently ranked in the top 80 national liberal arts colleges in the country. And that means that academics are rigorous. It's a challenging environment, but we also graduate 80% of our students in 4 years or less. So that means you're being supported, and faculty and staff at Gustavus are really interested in seeing you be challenged, but also be successful and graduate and move on to what you want to do next after your time at Gustavus. Our average class size is 17 students, and we don't have any graduate students whatsoever. So every single class is taught by a professor, and 95% of our professors have the terminal degree in their field. So they're highly qualified, but more importantly, they really like teaching, and that's why they're at Gustavus. 1/3 of our students go directly on to graduate school within the first 6 months after leaving Gustavus. And that could be anything from law school to medical school to a PhD in chemistry or a master's in social work. But 1/3 of our students are doing something within that first 6 months that advances their study beyond the bachelor's degree. Also important to a lot of students, half of our students graduating from Gustavus have studied abroad, studied away either in the United States or in another country. And we really encourage that, and it's easy to fit that into that 4-year plan. We are an NCAA Division III school and have been for many, many years. That means we don't offer any sports scholarships, but we compete in the MIAC, Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. It's a great academic conference, but also a great group of athletic schools too here in Minnesota. 23 varsity sports, 13 club sports, and 15 intramural sports in the typical year. We also have the largest number of academic All-Americans within our conference over in history. So we're really proud of the fact that our athletes are very strong academically first and foremost. We're also very much a fine arts oriented campus. Almost half of our students by the time they graduate participate in the fine arts areas, one or another. And there are scholarships in those areas unrelated to major. So we encourage students who want to continue on with a passion in the arts to do that and apply for a scholarship in those areas, or if they want to, major in dance or theater or music or studio art. We practice holistic admission, and we have for many decades. So that means we're going to look at you as more than just a number. And our average GPA is about a 3.7, average ACT is a 28, just to give you an idea. But we're also test optional, and we've been test optional for more than 15 years. We were one of the first schools in the upper Midwest to adopt that practice. So it's important for you to know that we really look at you as a whole person, and we look at your whole application, essay, transcript, etc. 90% or more of our students receive some sort of financial aid or scholarship from Gustavus, and usually it's multiples in those areas. So give us a chance to show you what we can offer. We have a great net price calculator that can give you an idea of what your cost might be before you even have heard back on admission from us. So feel free to do that on our website. And just to give you an idea of how active our campus is, more than 120 student organizations exist in a typical semester. So not only is it residential, but it's very active in that way. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Check out these things on this slide and feel free to be in touch with me with any questions, and definitely take advantage of the website. Thanks very much.
All righty. Good evening, everybody. My name is Colin McDonald. I am the admissions counselor for the state of Minnesota from the University of Tampa. And feel free to take a picture of this slide, which has all of my contact information, as well as any other slides you would like to along my presentation. And also feel free to check us out on our website at www.ut.edu. So being a private medium-sized university directly across the Hillsborough River from one of the biggest and best cities in the southeastern United States in Tampa, Florida, we really are an urban environment with a campus feel. We have no major city streets that run directly through our campus, but we are in close proximity in walking distance, as a matter of fact, to downtown Tampa. We have 20 NCAA Division II sports, as well as a Division I girls beach volleyball team and a plethora of club and intramural sports to be involved in as well. We're consistently ranked in the top tier in a lot of different reports, such as US News and the World Report, but as well as the Wall Street Journal and the Princeton Review. We just actually topped the 10,000 student threshold combined of undergraduate and graduate students. So that medium-sized feel is a nice, healthy balance of not seeing the same people every single day, meeting new people, but also not being a disappearing student in a large sea of the student body. We have an average class size of 22 students and a faculty to student ratio of 1:17, with 90% of our professors having the highest degree in the respective field of study. And you are their first primary priority. They are not getting their degree just to get their degree. They are there to teach you and be an asset for your academic and professional career. And we have been ranked the #1 college campus in the state of Florida, as well as the safest college campus in the state of Florida, both for safety and security and for how we've been able to handle this pandemic, and top 20 in the nation. We offer around 200 different areas of study in the liberal arts fields, as well as giving you the ability to add on a double major or minor in whichever fields you would best be suited for. Experiential education is a large part of the University of Tampa experience. Once again, being so close to a major city, they are within walking distance. And we have our own marine science station right on Tampa Bay, where students last year were swabbing the inside of sharks' mouths to see if that bacteria could help victims of shark bite during their healing process, which is really cool. And even our own mock hospital right on campus with mannequins that simulate real life human interactions, including birth, if you'd like to imagine a mannequin giving birth. We even had a student appear on the show Shark Tank, giving their own business pitch through our Entrepreneurship Center, which is available on our website, as well as your Hulu subscription. Our tagline is "Love where you live and learn," and that statement truly encompasses all of what it means to be a Spartan and a member of our UT community. We offer over 300 different clubs and organizations, which range from our Greek life sectors, our religious organizations, intramural sports, our volunteer center, and even a hammock club if you like a more leisurely experience here at the University of Tampa. We have a nice, healthy combination of being so close to a city, but also not being too far away from anything else like Disney World in Orlando. The beach is about a half hour away, and no major city is more than 4 hours away from Tampa, Florida. So this slide gives an outline of all of our application deadline periods. We're currently in our early action 1 deadline. If you apply before November 15th, you'll find out your decision within a month of applying, and you'll most likely not be placed on our wait list. We are also non-binding, which means you can get that enrollment deposit fully refunded up until May 1st. If you put it with us, consider a different route and decide to follow through with a different option. And we also give you the ability to apply for the early action 2 before January 15th and regular decision before March 1st. And the steps for applying will include choosing one of 3 different applications, which are the Common App, the University of Tampa app, or the Coalition for College app. And then from there, you would need to have your guidance counselor submit your official high school transcripts, a personal essay, and any letters of recommendation from non-family members that you can obtain. We're also test optional, which means you do not need to submit any SAT or ACT scores for your admissions decision, nor any financial aid awards that you can apply for. So I certainly want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Certainly feel free to take a visit and schedule one on our website, or reach out to me with any questions you have in the future. I want to be as much of an asset to all of you guys as possible, and go Spartans.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much to all of our presenters. To wrap up our time together this evening, I have one, maybe two, quick little Q&A questions that I think will be very helpful to our attendees. So if I could ask all of our presenters to come back on camera. Wonderful. We'll go in the same order for answers as how everybody presented. All right. So our first question, I always laugh. Easy question, but I know everyone on this call is going to have a bunch of answers. So if our presenters could share one piece of advice that they would give to someone going through the college search process.
So my piece of advice would be, when you're looking at a college, whether on a visit or just swinging through town, think of it as not just a place for academics, but also a place that you're going to make your home for a piece of your life, and possibly even after you graduate. And so really think about that place not just as, you know, transient or like part of like where you're going to go to class. Like, you will like have favorite coffee shops. You'll probably meet people that are from that place and see more of the town around it. So I think it's just good to go into it more of with the mindset that this is going to be a part of your life. Not just simply a college campus that will be in your life for a little bit. So I always like to encourage students to think about it that way. It also makes the college search process a little more fun. So that is my piece of advice to students.
I think for me, it's going to be, you know, you don't have to know what you want to do right away when you get into college, but making connections with people, doing observations, doing job shadows, using your parents' friends, using your friends' parents' friends, anyone you know that may be doing a job that maybe you don't know about, where you can learn more about that. And definitely in the healthcare field, there's a lot of assumptions of what people do. And so sometimes when you actually go and do that observation, you find out that that's not what that person does, or they do this extra stuff. And the job shadows, from what we hear from the people that do them here at Mayo, is it'll usually solidify their decision. And it's, even if it's not the thing that's for you, you found out that they do stuff that you don't like. That's a good thing, because then you didn't go down that path and find out later after you spent money. So I think doing the job shadows, observations, and connecting with people in those careers that you're thinking about.
All right, I'm going to jump in here. Been at the game for a long time and as admissions rep, and seeing a lot of people through campus visits and things like that. I try to look at people doing visits. It kind of is like my kids. If they were my kids, what kind of advice would I want them to have? The first realization is that, you know, not everybody's geared or looking to go to a four-year institution. Okay, not everybody's built for that. So first and foremost, the individual needs to kind of decide, you know, what do I want to do for a degree? You know, where are my talents? What do I like to do? If I can get paid to do those things, I think that's the magic recipe. Okay. The other part of that is, and I'm going to piggyback off of what was just mentioned, is the fact that you got to kind of do your homework. And the no cost homework to do job shadowing, things like that, gives person an insight to, you know, do I like this or do I not like this? And what's this really all about? Identifying where the institutions that offer the major that you are looking for, going out and doing your visits, and then listening to that internal compass that lets you know, is this a place where I see myself going to school? Because if it feels right, that's something that needs to be paid attention to. And then the last piece of the puzzle is, how far away from home do you want to be? Okay. You identify your radius, explore your options for programs inside that radius, do your visits and make a good educated decision from there. Thanks.
I'm gonna use a metaphor here, analogy, and hopefully you all understand. I always say that picking a college is like buying jeans. You can't just get them off the rack and know they're going to fit and be your favorite pair of jeans, right? You have to try them on, whether you buy them and then try them on or try them on in the fitting room. That's a critical part of figuring out if those jeans are the right ones for you. So you have to visit colleges. And if you don't have the ability to go across the country to a school, find a school near you that's as close in comparison as you can. All the schools that I thought that I was going to go to when I was a senior in high school, I did not end up at for one reason or another. And for a couple of those, it took me visiting for me to realize weird things that were important to me, like there needed to be trees on the campus, that I wanted to know, the staff that were around me on a, first name basis, those kinds of things. So make sure that you take that time to go visit schools. Don't assume that you know how you're going to fit at that school because you've read their website or because your cousin went there or your mom went there, or, go take that extra step. If you can't get to campus, talk to admissions counselors, do those virtual tours, reach out to students, find ways to connect with the community and get off the website, because that's where you're really going to find the lifeblood and the heartbeat of the school. That's why we all work in this profession. We want to help you figure that out. So I know we probably pepper you with text messages and emails and things like that. But if you have an interest in a school, make sure that you're reaching out to your admissions representative so that they can help you try that pair of jeans on, right? Set it aside for you in the fitting room.
Yes, what Charlotte said, that's a great way of putting it. We're here to answer your questions. I think sometimes prospective students don't take advantage of that enough. So reaching out by text or phone or email is exactly what we'd like to have you do. Tell us who you want to be in contact with at our institution. Ask us questions about if you're doing the right things in terms of applying for all appropriate scholarships. Ask us about deadlines. Ask us what you should be doing next. Don't hesitate to communicate with us. That's what we want you to do. And that's what shows us that you're really interested in the schools that we're representing. So communicate with us. That's a great way to really position yourself really well.
This is going to be a thorough decision for all of you because it's going to impact the next 4 to 5 years of your life. So don't think of it as I have to make the perfect decision right then and there. That is what we are here to do, is to help find if this is the best fit or not the best fit for you. We also have a lot of other resources outside of admissions. Every single one of us has a financial aid department, a veterans office if you qualify for any post 9/11 or GI bills, or anything else that you need. We are there to assist you. We want to make sure that this is the choice that is going to benefit your long-term future. And quite frankly, we are taking some of the responsibility for it. So we want to be the part of the reason for your success. And we want the institution that you decide to go to be part of your success. So any questions that you guys have, never hesitate to ask. And there really is no dumb question when this is the next chapter of your life. You want to be 110% sure that you are making the right decision once you've graduated from high school, whether it be going into a 4-year institution, starting at a community college and going to another 4-year institution, or even going straight into the workforce. All of these resources and why you've attended tonight's event is to figure out what is the best fit for you. So certainly don't be afraid to use the resources to get help of what is the best decision for you.
Wonderful. Those answers were very thorough. I am impressed. And that brings us to the end of our time together. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Students, families, attendees, when you close your window, there will be a link to a very, very quick, I promise, 5-question survey. We would greatly appreciate any feedback that you're willing to provide for us. Remember, there are a few more sessions happening this evening, so if you want to check the schedule out and sign up for anything else, you are more than welcome to. And you will be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Minnesota. Thank you once again, our students, families, attendees, and of course, all of our wonderful presenters. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening, and we wish everyone the absolute best of luck in their college search process. Thank you all. Have a good night.